done to the piston, I've elongated these holes and angled them to get a bit more flow, and back across the finger ports as well. We've put 3 lubrication holes in across the bridge to lubricate and cool the bridge, and a small half moon at the back. We've modified this part to aid flow into the transfers A and B port. We've also put 2 holes to lubricate the extra auxiliary exhaust ports. So that will help a little bit, keeping them cool and lubricated. Right, ring gap is 0.229 millimeters. So yeah, that's within tolerance, that'll be good. Right, we've marked up the packers, the gaskets. We've got a little bit of material to take away to match them to our ports. Now, these little babies look very tricky indeed. Not so bad. Got a nice little lead to help you drop them on and square them up. So that's not so bad. Now Tino gives us a little spanner to go with this. It's a little 9mm ground off at the back, and let's see if it actually fits. Oh dearie me, just about. Not really. There. Nah, it's a bit awkward. We're just gonna have to make a better job of this spanner, I'm afraid. It's a little bit fat in a couple of places, and it's just binding slightly, so we're gonna have to adjust that. Right, took a little bit off it. Let's try again. It wasn't much, but it's made all the difference. Well, this could be a bit laborious task, this one. Right, we'll carry on with this video next week when I've finished tightening these up. Well, I now see why this is taking so long. He's provided me with a 9mm ground off specially job for this nut, but unfortunately the nuts are 8mm. He must have picked up the wrong spanner and ground it down. His eyesight must be as bad as mine. Cheers, Puddy. Right, that's one of my 8mm spanners down then, but worth the sacrifice. Right, let's try again now. We've got a spanner that actually fits. We hope it fits. I haven't tried it in yet. I'm sure it's okay. Well, it needs a bit more off it, I'm afraid. Dang. We'll have to grind it down a bit more. Okay. Brittle to the rescue. Proper nice tight fitting spanner. That's better. Thought I was going, trying to screw it up, I wasn't doing anything. Then of course, with my eyesight I couldn't really tell what was happening. Anyway, we've got it sorted. Just nip them a little bit because we're only going for the squish clearance and we're not tying it down yet because we've got no sealant on it. So it's all got to come back off again. Must be these two. Tell you what, better off taking this back off again anyway. It's a learning curve. Well, nothing seems to go right this morning. Every time I put something together, I've got to take something back off because I'm just not thinking. Brain's switched off this morning. I'm sleepy. Got a sleepy brain today. So, we're winding these studs, which I should have done before. But I'm like, neither is. He don't know where he's coming or going, does he? You know what your problem is? You hang around with all them bleeding beatniks. Right, okay. Tell you what, I probably need some Jaffa cakes to get me in the mood. So the problem is I'm banned from Jaffa cakes because I've got high cholesterol. Script. Okay. Holy cow. Day today. Need to be extra careful today. I could break something. It's going to be one of those days. Nothing goes right for months and months. Days. That should be enough. Right. Let's it's not turning over, is it? That's a bit too tight. Oh dear, back off and a thicker gasket. be our solder. Oh shit. Yeah. Drop in everything. Yeah, it doesn't like it. Pick a gasket. Right, better have a look at this. We're now on 3.6mm head gasket. See if that does any better. So we're on 2mm on the bottom, 3.6 on the top now. So, see how we're looking. I need a cider or something today. Someone sort me out a bit. Okay, let's see if it cranks over this time. Ah. Oh, just. That's better. Okay. Let's see what we've got. It's not looking bad. Let's have a look with the vernier. Where's he gone? Okay, 1.39. What? Just about 1.4. I think that's okay. We're going to have to live with 1.4. So, as per the title of this video, you're wondering why or what I'm going to do to the X44 chain tensioner. This is the one. This is the bad boy. Well, we've heard lots of stories that they've been coming adrift in people's engines, mainly on people with high-powered engines. So, as this is high-powered engine, I thought I'd do something about it. So I've got a little modification to do. Follow me down the rabbit hole and see what I'm going to do. So your X44 chain tensioner sits in here. I normally use it as a pull down tensioner in most cases. But this tensioner is so strong, so rigid, that when you're on and off the gas and putting extra load onto the tensioner, there's no give in it. It doesn't give. There's no forgiveness in the tensioner. So what it does is puts all the load onto these two bolts in the back of your casing that are just not designed to cope with that kind of strain. So we need a solution. And I want a solution that ain't gonna fail. So what I'm going to do is, from the end plate to the chain tensioner, I'm going to weld in a plate. So then the chain tensioner becomes one with the end plate. It's not going to affect anything, it's not going to rub on anything. I've checked, there's clearance on the sprocket to get in behind there, so the plate will be able to sit in behind without rubbing on the sprocket. It's well away from the chain, but what it's going to do, it's going to make that chain tensioner about 10,000 times stronger. Okay, I've got my little piece of plate made and it's radiused to match the end plate. Now what I'm going to do is make sure the end plate's bolted down so it's in the correct position. Right, well, I've had to grind a little bit of the casing away here because it's where the mounting goes for your chain tensioner. It's slightly lower than this bit at the back by about 2 millimeters or something. So it's an advantage because it now allows the plate to sit in a nice little slot and a lot flusher with the with the end plate. So what we're going to do is we're going to mount this on so everything is in position. Right, as you can see, it relies on two little screws here, two little 6mm screws to try and manage whatever brake horsepower you're putting through it. Now if you're putting a standard bike and it's got like 12 brake, it's probably not a problem because it was designed for it, but when you're putting 30 plus brake out through it, then these little screws are going to rip straight out your casing. If you drop down through the gears or accelerate really hard or drop through gears really hard, yanking that chain, or even if worse, if the chain's stretched and you've got some slack in it, it's going to rip this straight out. So that's why I'm doing this reinforcement. Now it comes with two screws. Try and always use the longer ones so it's deeper in the casing and that gives it a bit more strength. The short ones, maybe so few people have got like short threads in their casing, and make sure that's in tight. Make sure your end plate's down tight. You don't need all the screws, but so now our plate is going to fit there like this, and that is going to make this about 50 times stronger than what it was original. Right, well that's it, sort of in. I think it'd be a really good idea for somebody like Castle Ambretta to actually cast an end plate complete with this chain tensioner all in one, because I know their chain tensioners have been giving some issues with high brake horsepower engines. So this is the cure for everybody's. This is just going to be super strong. Fantastic. It's an easy thing to do. They can't sell it like this unless they cast the whole thing in one. But it could be a good idea to just CNC machine the whole piece together in one go, and then your front adjuster just get the bolt straight to the front of it. There you go. Castellambretta, if you want to copy me, feel free. Well, that's all I've got time for in this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a little bit of messing around with the cylinder. I still ain't where I want to be with that. It's coming back off and it's having some more porting done. And then it's going back together again. But that, you won't see. That's top secret. Thanks to my little guru in the UK, Mr. Taylor Sturgis. He's given me some more tips about to squeeze a few more brake horsepower out of it. Yeah, I'll have some of that. Cheers, buddy.